webinars that convert. Just hit record so that you guys can make sure and get this recording. But here is a little bit disclaimer. Sometimes I get a little trigger happy on these slides, so you guys just bear with me a little bit. So basically the format for this particular webinar, and for those of you guys that have been on webinars in the past, is that we usually do about 45 to 50 minutes of instruction and teaching, and then we open the floor about the last 10 to 15 minutes so that you guys can ask all the questions that you want. If you will look on the little tab or the little screen that popped up whenever you logged into this webinar, toward the bottom you will see a questions drop down, and then you will also see a chat in there. Periodically through the webinar, I may ask you guys to give me the answers to some questions. I may do a poll. I may ask you guys questions, and then you can simply put your answers in there. But if you have a question for me, then basically what will happen is you will put that in the questions box. And it looks like there is a question there right now that says, how do I record? It's not something that you guys record. This is being recorded on my end and then sent to you guys just to answer that question. But feel free to put questions in that chat box in the question box as we go along, and we will get all of those answered for you. Who is this for? Well, I realized after working with different chefs across the country and even having my own business for 15 years, that what happened was a lot of my clients, as well as other chef clients, would actually drop off during the summer. And I heard consistently over time about it's so hard to maintain our income during the summer. And so I got to thinking, what is it that we can do as chefs to really prevent that from happening? I mean, the bottom line is a lot of our clients do go out of town for summer, but we have to think a little bit more creatively around that. One of the reasons I started developing the webinar series, and one of the reasons I created all my coaching programs, is because culinary business owners and chefs, we get really tired of our business running us. It's so hard, it's so easy to get into the day-to-day grind of your business that all of a sudden you look up and say, how did I get here? But as culinary business owners, we're also often alone in our businesses, either cooking for our clients alone, or you just feel like you're alone running your business. So these webinars were created specifically for those business owners that are tired of their business running them, and they're also tired of not making the money that they know that they should be making. So some of you guys have heard this story and some of you guys have not. So let me tell you just a little bit about me. My story started over 15 years ago, and what I wanted from my business is I thought I was just going to cook for a few people and have this little business. Well, that really wasn't the case. That included 5 successful businesses over the past 15 years. I currently run 3 different companies right now, all around food. Well, 2, but the third one is actually in the works right now that I'm so excited to tell you guys about one day when it's ready. And of course, I did what most chefs do. I also ended up with a restaurant, but it didn't take long to realize that that's not what I wanted. I've had 7 commercial kitchens. Either I bought them, rented them, leased them, built them, something. I was named Chef of the Year last year by the United States Personal Chef Association, and one of my biggest accomplishments is I'm an Amazon best-selling author and speaker. You guys can see my book on the screen, So You're a Chef, Now What? And from many of you guys, I've heard that you've read it, and thank you so much for the comments. I own Savor Culinary Services and ChefDeb.com, and Chef Deb is all my mentor and coaching programs. And Savor Culinary Services is a culinary medicine personal chef and catering service. We cook for an average, and it's actually more than 25 clients a week. That's gone up to around 30 clients a week. We cook for anywhere between 6 and 9 families a day. I have, we also do 2 to 3 caterings a week. We have some Juice Cleanse clients, and that was a company that I had not long ago that I actually no longer have. That will be replaced with my new company. And I have about a staff of 6 people. Who I help on an everyday basis. The people that I help are culinary professionals all over the United States and, believe it or not, Canada. I've been through just about everything in the culinary industry you could possibly imagine. I think I've made about every mistake that could possibly be made. I think I've tried just about everything. I've made a lot of money and I have lost a lot of money. And my goal in doing these webinars and in my coaching programs that I can hopefully save you guys from those mistakes as well. I work with chefs that are looking to grow their culinary business. And I know that there's a lot of chefs out there that have a really great food concept and they just need help building their dream from start to finish. And like I said, I've experienced my own success and failures. I completely understand the culinary industry. I also work with investors and I help them on their concept to build out, taking ideas that they have and turning those into very viable businesses. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on business coaching to really help me turn my love of food into profits, because it is very hard sometimes for chefs to get out from behind the stove and realize that there are other ways that they can make money, and a lot of times make money while they sleep, which is one of the things that is my passion about teaching chefs on top of helping them to grow their business. I care about your success because honestly, the culinary field needs more dedicated chefs just like you. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, but I wanted to tell you guys this. I want you guys during the rest of this webinar to really sit back and relax. Take a deep breath, absorb all of this information, because some of my best stuff is coming toward the end. I have some really great tips at the end and some really great information. Some of you guys will want to know how to take it further with coaching, and if that's you, then we will talk about that at the end of the call. So I don't want you guys to worry about that. We will explain all of that later. So I've noticed that about every April for my clients, and honestly, probably more like the 1st of May to the middle of May, it seems like it starts in April, that a lot of our clients start to say, oh, we're going to be gone for the summer, or we're going to be gone a month here, we're going to be gone a month there. And the problem is because they come and go, well, so does your income. And it leaves big holes in your schedule. So I want you guys to kind of think outside the box today. Some of the things I'm going to present, maybe you've heard. Some of it, maybe you haven't heard. Each of you guys have a unique offering, even if you are a traditional personal chef, or you're a traditional caterer, or you're kind of a traditional cooking class instructor. I know that there's going to be something in this webinar that hopefully you haven't thought about before. And like I said, the frustrating thing about this is your income always drops and it becomes inconsistent. It's very hard to make money throughout the year that ties you over to those summer months. And some chefs I've talked to said that they have more of an elderly population, that they don't go out of town, so their income kind of remains consistent. But I know that mine drops by probably about 25% from the personal chef side of it. And this gets pretty painful at times, and this happens to many of you guys year after year after year. But the problem is you just don't know what to do. And I've sat and pondered this over the past several years of what is it that I can do as a business owner to think outside the box and make this not so painfully slow. So I've come up with some ideas that I hope work for you guys, and I know they work for me. and I'll try to tell you this has worked really well, this has worked kind of well, I think this might work well in some areas. So for those of you guys that actually like cooking classes, I removed those from my business structure a long time ago because I don't particularly want to teach anyone how to chop an onion. That is not where my gift lies. But grandparents whose grandchildren come to spend time with them during the summer are always looking for fun things to do. So I want you to think about in your marketing, very strategically marketing to grandparents that their grandchildren happen to come in town for the summer. It's also a great opportunity for those grandparents to take classes with their grandchildren. But with all the summer camps and everything that's going this summer, something that's really cool to do is market to moms groups or market to schools and have this to where these are summer cooking classes. Now, I know a lot of what you guys are saying is that, well, I have to have a commercial kitchen to do this, or I have to have a space. Yes, it can be done that way, but moms have a tendency to kind of clump together during the summer and talk about what they're doing with their kids, especially if there's multiple kids that live in the same neighborhood. It is very easy while they're at home with the nanny, older brother, or older sister, or whomever it is they stay with, or even a babysitter, to set something up in homes to where you get 3 or 4 of these cute little kiddos together. And especially if you can give them a cute little toque like that and some type of branded apron, they absolutely love it. But think about things that they can do themselves during the summer. So there's cold soups in a blender. So think gazpacho, think avocado soups, things like that. There's easy grilling techniques that kids can do. But there's also easy kid-friendly snacks. And you don't necessarily have to do this with kids. You can do this with adults as well, because you can really take advantage of the summer vegetables that are out, the tomatoes and the squashes and all of those other things that are out there during the summer. Really create things. I know that one of the chefs I was speaking to the other day did a whole workshop and a whole cooking class on nothing but tomatoes, and she did a tomato tasting. She went around to some of the local family farms and actually got different tomatoes so that people can actually learn what a really great tomato is supposed to taste like. So hopefully that will kind of expand your thinking a little bit more. Local family farms also are a great place to teach cooking classes as well for kids and adults. They're super simple to put together, and we can talk about pricing more too. If you put something in the questions section, then we can certainly address that if you need some help with the way that we price these things. Cooking camps. That goes a little bit about what we talked about with the cooking classes for kids. You can actually do a series of cooking classes, and many of you are familiar with cooking camps. But instead of these one-off classes, parents really like to know that their kids are being taken care of on a consistent basis. Maybe they have something that they can keep them entertained with for, say, 3 or 4 hours a day for 5 days. Of course, it depends on the attention span of the students as well. But you have to think a little bit further on these cooking camps, and that you can even start with basic knife skills, even using a butter knife. You can do some simple nutrition classes. You can even do, in the particular picture right there, even if Elena Tedeschi is on the call, she is a master at teaching pasta classes. So consider doing something like that. I don't want you guys to be scared if you've never done a cooking class before, but you thought maybe you wanted to. Believe me, it's easier than you think that it is. This is kind of a cool offering. I've done something like this in the past, and actually Chef Wendy Gauthier, that is not on the call right now because hopefully she is laying on a beach somewhere in Mexico taking some much needed time off. She is a chef in Phoenix, and Wendy and I were talking the other day, and she said that right now in Phoenix it's 108 So most people do not do anything inside their homes. And she does what she offers, something called a grill box, where you put all the necessary things for grilling in this box. Let me go a little bit further. Maybe grill box number one has grilled chicken kebabs with Tuscan seasoning, a really great salad, and squash to grill in the grill. Box two would have a marinated chicken with potatoes in there that they can roast, and some other type of vegetable. Box three, you kind of get the idea. But she sells it per box. You have to order a minimum number of boxes. And the beauty in this is nothing is cooked. Let me say that again. Nothing is cooked. This is essentially a meal prep service that you do. It is perfectly okay to put your kebabs in a Ziploc bag, of course, labeled and everything that you're supposed to do, and then leave that for your client. Wendy has a commercial kitchen, so she does things a little bit differently, but this makes a really great service that you can sell during the summer, that maybe you go back to your clients once a month or every other week, and you do nothing but a grill box menu for them to choose from. If this would be a way to capture new clients during the summer that possibly might start personal chef services whenever the summer is over and school starts, it's a great introduction to your service. But it also can be an add-on to your current clients. But the other thing is it can also be a way that if clients do drop off during the summer, that maybe when clients come in and out of town, that you do kind of a grill box for them. The other thing, going back to what I just said about the grill box, we have also done clients that have stayed in town. We've also done not so much of a box for them, but we will offer to add on 2 or 3 marinated meats for them. So instead of doing a complete meal, what we've done for our clients is we've said, hey, because we deliver our services, would you like us to also deliver, these 2 or 3 marinated meats pricked from your list that we have available? And, oh, by the way, if you want sides as well, then we can deliver that occasionally too. So that's another way to kind of add on this concept of a grill pack or a grill box. What happens with personal chef services during the summer, whenever they kind of start to go down, catering has a tendency to kind of pick back up. I want you guys to kind of think out of the box a little bit on this. Now, I will tell you this. For marketing for summer catering, because summer usually kicks off, honestly, about the end of May, middle of May. About the first part of April, typically, you want to start a heavy marketing campaign for all the catering that's coming up during the holidays. You want to remind your current clients, past clients, and even potential clients out there that you do cater, because a lot of our clients get so used to us just doing personal chef services or cooking classes, and even you guys that's all you do is cater. You need to stay in front of your clients and remind them, hey, there's some important things that's coming this summer. So things like college graduation and high school graduation, there's a whole lot of parties around all of that. Do not be afraid. I was talking to a chef this week of sending out a last-minute email blast, Facebook post that says, hey, if you're having a graduation party this weekend and you know it's last minute and you're already tired, let us do the food for you. It's not too late. We have a couple of spots left. Usually when you send something out a few days before the weekend, a lot of times you will normally get a really tired mom or grandparent or somebody related to a graduation that they've kind of put it off to the last minute, and the last thing they want to do is cook for about 50 people. So a lot of times you guys can be their saving grace around that. Don't forget that there's a ton of family reunions that happen during the summer. That's most of the time when they happen, and most of them are picnics or barbecues or outside. And that's, again, when you start marketing toward that for that in April, then you can remind people that, when you want to join your own family reunion, don't you want to enjoy it instead of worrying about grilling or, people bringing a potluck and then you get completely embarrassed because you're not going to eat Aunt Sally's potato salad that she thinks is just absolutely amazing. You can save a whole lot of people. Again, don't worry about last minute stuff as long as you feel like you can properly give the value around it and put it out there. Say you've got a few spots available. Don't say you're wide open, please, but that you have a few spots available and you can certainly take care of last minute requests. A lot of bridal showers happen and a lot of baby showers happen during this time. So just remind your clients that you're available for all of these different things. Here's an interesting concept. So I don't know if Chef Tara is on the call or not, but Chef Tara is in one of my programs, and she has a very interesting thing that she does every summer. And I'm hoping this will kind of jog some of you guys' memory or get you thinking a little bit outside the box. Chef Tara is part of a country club, and that's probably an old term for it, but you guys understand what I mean. They have golf, they have swimming, they have tennis, they have classes, they have all kinds of things. And it's in a very high-end area, and you have to pay quite a bit to be a part of this country club. So you kind of know right off the bat that a lot of her clients are going to be there. Well, she got involved at the pool with doing their concession stand. Now, she does do some traditional kind of concession stand, kid-friendly food, but she really thinks outside of the box just a little bit on this, to where she can have some really great offerings, and it's almost a gourmet concession stand. Because what happens with this is it brings extra value to those particular clients that attend that country club. And the country club just loves it because it's not your traditional average concession stand food, and they also get to boast that they have their very own chef that helps out with the concession stand, which then also helps out with terrace sales. Well, the cool thing about it is she can do whatever she wants to at the country club because the kids that go there and the parents of the kids that go there love her so much. She is then able to offer other services during the summer and all year as well to some of those moms. So in other words, she's able to offer cooking classes to those moms during the day and the evening. She's able to have a customer appreciation party to where she can hand out whatever she wants to hand out to the people that come. 4th of July celebrations there at the country club that she's a big part of, so that they can really taste her food. Because let's be honest, we're known for something more than concession stand food, but Tara really puts her own twist on this particular food. And then what we did is we made sure that this concession stand was just kind of a marketing technique to get those ideal clients to come see her so that she could then give them literature, have contests so she can capture their information. She gives away, simple chef services and desserts and things like that, so she can then capture their information and get their names on the list so she can then market to them. So I need you guys to understand it's not really about the concession stand, although she makes quite a bit of money on it during the summer, but it's really a marketing technique to get close to her ideal clients. The other thing that we've done before is, sorry if you guys can see this, I had to move it so I can see my slide, is we run a summer special with our clients. And we really like to offer them an additional entree for the first 3 services. So we do a big marketing push that if you sign up during the summer, while there's a few spots available, that for your first 3 services, we will give you an additional dinner entree. What the marketing says is free of charge, but we do know that you can build in, some of the grocery cost into your whenever you invoice your clients. And this is not a difficult meal. This is something that is, of course, very elegant, brings value to your client, but something that doesn't take you very long to prepare. So what will happen is I do not want you guys giving money off at all. What I want is for you guys to offer an additional value or an additional entree, and that will entice clients during the summer to purchase a service that that maybe your clients had not thought about before, and they really start to love your food before school even starts. So you kind of have them hooked before school starts. And it's also a way to make sure that you get some more personal chef clients in during the summer. And guys, while I go through all of these, in the chat section, if there are things that you have done during the summer that's a promotion that you run or something else that you can think of that maybe I haven't thought of, share about it in the chat section. And I will certainly, everybody on the call will see that, and then they can learn from you as well. So like I said, as we go through here, if you think of something that you've done in the past, let us all know about it so we can learn from you from that. Special summer offering. The other thing that we've done is we have offered the sides for free for them signing up during the summer, and it's not the whole time, but this is just another way to promote it. So maybe you don't want to do an additional entree, but another promotion you can run, and you can actually kind of test this for your area to see which offer they take advantage of. Is it the free meal, or is it that they get the sides for free? So in my pricing, we charge a chef fee plus groceries for everything we do. I even charge that for my catering because I want to be guaranteed to make a certain amount of money. Well, what happens is my pricing comes with one side that matches each entree. So if I do a 5x4, then what happens is that automatically includes one side. I have an upsell that whenever I have them on the phone and they agree to what we'll call a 5x4, I don't really do that many 5x4s. I do other combinations, but just for sake of the webinar, it's easier to understand. I will then say, for an extra $80 in the chef fee, you can have an additional side added to each entree to make a complete meal. That way you'll have 5 very complete meals. I do that as an upsell. So for their first service, couple of services, what I do is I let them know that if they will go ahead and sign up now, that I will make sure that their first service, they get an additional free side to match each entree. We don't go overboard with this side. These are more simple sides. One of the things that I've tried before in the class, in the past, is it says right there, motivated by more food or a discount. Well, I've noticed in the past that, people don't really want more food if they're scared of trying it out because they're worried that maybe that they're not going to like the food. So why would they want more of it? So we've tried before to entice them, to give them maybe $25 off their first chef service if they will just try it out. We have kind of a tryout service, or our smallest service is 3 meals with 2 servings and 2 sides. Now, again, I have a commercial kitchen. It's easier for me to do smaller services, but we'll do $25 off their first chef service. I've had businesses in some areas where that's worked really well and businesses in other areas where it has not worked so well. So you really have to know your clientele here on if they would be motivated by something like this. You can, if you're a caterer, and you can certainly offer a percentage or a dollar amount off on, to run a special promotion on pricing during the summer. Creating a sense of urgency. I kind of alluded to this earlier, but you really, let me try to explain it this way. If you were going out to eat and you've heard about this restaurant that you just cannot wait to eat at, and everybody is just raving about the restaurant, and you pull up and the parking lot is empty, maybe 1 or 2 cars there. Everybody always pauses before they go in because they're thinking, I thought everybody said this is so awesome. Where's the restaurant next door that you've never heard of before is completely packed. And you think to yourself, well, it's got to be better because they're all over there. Why have we not heard of this restaurant? And typically, most of you guys on the call will head to the crowded restaurant, even if you have to wait a little bit because you want to know what all the fuss is about. That's called creating a sense of urgency. So in your marketing that we had talked about with maybe you're giving a dollar amount off, maybe you're giving free sides, maybe you're giving an extra entree, you want to create a sense of urgency in your marketing that sign up now, the spots fill up fast. Because when school starts, you want to let them know that you're going to be booked again and that you only have a few spots available right now during summer because you have clients that are out of town. And I know what you guys are thinking. Well, how in the world do I fit them into my schedule whenever my regular clients come back into town? Well, what I say to that is, I hope that's not a problem for you to have more business than what you thought that you could ever have. I bet that you will find somebody to help you with that business. So you want to create a sense of urgency. Sign up now because the spots will go fast during school. Take advantage of these offerings, these special summer offerings of the money off or the extra entree. Create a sense of urgency with your clients. Just like when you're in a networking group, you don't ever want to say that you have a ton of spots available for clients. You always want to say, I have 1 or 2 spots available, but my schedule is filling up fast. We talked a little bit about the add-ons of the marinated meats that goes with the grill box. That was mentioned earlier. Again, guys, I want to encourage you in the chat section that if you have ideas that have worked during the summer, please feel free to put that in the chat section so that we can learn from you as well. Another really cool add-on that we do with our clients during the summer is that we add a fresh cut up fruit service. Now that sounds so basic to us, but how many times have you walked into your client's house and the watermelon or the pineapple that they bought a week ago is still sitting on their counter with all the best intentions of cutting that thing up and prepping it and placing it in their refrigerator? What we realized is our clients actually ended up eating more fruit if we offered a fresh cut up fruit service. You guys may be wondering about the prices on this. Well, we do it as an add-on. So usually it adds on, depending on how much fruit that we're prepping, it adds on an additional anywhere between $50, $75, and even $100 to the chef fee, of course, plus the cost of groceries. Because we have to go pick the fruit most of the time from the grocery store, your farmer's market, your local farm, wherever it is you go. Bring that back, of course, wash it, prep it, put it in bowls, label it, all of those other things. That takes quite a bit of time. Otherwise, your clients would do that themselves. So this is something that during the summer, and sometimes even during the school year, we will prep smaller portions for children's lunches. Again, it doesn't cost that much money, but it does allow us to make up a little bit of money that we might be missing during the summer. The other really cool thing that I don't think that that is in here is a lot of times we will even do fresh fruit popsicles for the kids. Again, you're not going to charge them a lot of money, but how cool is that? Instead of the high sugar and, fake sugar and all the other popsicles that are out on the market, that you can make your own popsicles and add that on to your client's service. It will really set you apart, and it's just something kind of cool to add on. Again, we also will add on to our current clients cold soup services. And this is actually something that is not too bad to market on its own too. that we can give our clients kind of a taste of our services during the summer, where we come in and do a whole service around cold soup, popsicles, and cut up fruits. And another one is salads that I'll talk about here in a little bit. But don't forget about cold soups. And cold soups are super simple to make because you pretty much dump them all in your Vitamix and they're done. Of course, clients don't have to know how super simple it is, but we know how super simple it is. Leave them a few garnishes, kind of like what you see in the picture right there, and it's done. Partner with gyms, health coaches, and wellness centers. It seems like every gym out there talks about getting ready for bathing suit season, or, don't be caught dead at the pool with your kids, basically looking like you do now. If you've ever noticed, and especially if you're kind of in the holistic kind of wellness medical industry, you will see a lot of cleanses happen during the summer. And again, that's cleanses, juice cleanses, food cleanses, all kinds of cleanses. Do not forget about, and I don't want you to email these people, and I don't want you to call these people. I want you to put your cute little chef coat on and get in your cute little car, and I want you to walk in and introduce yourself with a professional business card. And even if you can get together like a one-page flyer on this, introduce yourself to the owner. Tell them your philosophies around food if they will meet with you. Try to get some type of meeting with them and see if you can partner with them. It is not going to cost them any money, and it's not going to cost you any money. But make sure these are higher-end gyms. Health coaches typically demand higher-end dollar amounts for their services, and so do wellness centers. So think about partnering with them during the summer, that maybe you guys do a cleanse together, or you get fit for, bikini season together, where the gyms will offer a personal training package. You offer the food that goes along with it, and together you guys come up with a price. Or you can also do it to where if they're running some type of summer specials, that they also include you in their marketing and their advertising, and then you give them a percentage or a dollar amount of all the clients that they send your way, so that you guys you guys kind of come together as a complete package. This is kind of on the marketing side, so you're not really feeding people, but don't forget how super important it is to stay in touch with your clients over the summer. Keeping up with email marketing, especially if your business has a tendency to drop off, remember that clients are busy, just like you are busy. I mean, you sometimes don't even have time to read your email to the end of the day. Sometimes you miss emails. Sometimes you wish somebody would call you again or email you back. Don't forget that it is perfectly okay in summer to stay a little bit more in front of your clients than you normally would. In some of the webinars in the past, we've talked about, building your list using MailChimp or Constant Contact or some of those other ones where you can really set up email marketing. If you don't have that, don't worry about that. At least send emails to your current clients and your past clients of, we're still here. Summer is fully going. Don't forget about that we cater. Remember the catering slide before. Don't forget that we only have a few spaces in the summer, and we won't really have any spaces for personal chef services. Here's a really great recipe to do grilled watermelon salad. Anything to really remind them that you're still there, the services you provide, but more importantly, that you're offering value to these clients. Send them an article on ways to stay hydrated during the summer, or ways to make different fruit water during the summer, or spa water, or popsicles, or or what to do with unusual summer ingredients. Just always make sure that at the bottom of every email you have some type of what's called a CTA, call to action. Remind them that it's super easy to start a personal chef service today, to call you. Go to your website to find out more. something that tells them what to do as a result of reading your particular email. Summer is one of the most important times to stay in contact with your clients. In the past, in some of the other webinars, we have given you guys a marketing calendar. But there's a very simple marketing calendar right now, and don't worry, you guys are when you guys get the replay of this, it will be right there. But don't forget that things happen on a cyclical basis around food. So if you're looking at January, you have fitness, diets, cleanses, resolutions, and health. If you go to the summer months, look at May. You have Cinco de Mayo, spring cleaning, Mother's Day, flowers, Memorial Day. Just remember, you want to start your marketing for the current month about 30 to 60 days before. So if you were going to do something in May well, let's go to June for Father's Day. Then in the first part of May, you want to talk about the specials that you're running for Father's Day. Is it a special grilling class? Is it, a gift certificate for, cooking for their family? There's graduation right there too. Again, you should start, in May talking about graduation and catering for that. I wanted to give this to you guys again, or if you haven't seen this before, just to take a look at this and be prepared for it about 30 to 60 days ahead of time. But this can certainly be, you can certainly use this in your marketing and to gain more clients as well. If you take a look at even July, there's 4th of July, outdoor cooking and entertaining. You can actually name some of your marketing material this. You can actually touch base with your clients and say, I know the 4th of July is coming. You're probably having a big party. Have you thought about catering? Have you thought about grill packs? Have you thought about a gourmet gift basket? Wouldn't you want to enjoy your own 4th of July? Let us do the cooking for you. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Again, you will get this marketing calendar whenever you get the replay, so don't try to frantically write it all down. This is a really good time to try out new marketing tactics. If you're a little bit slower to really get an idea of your market, don't forget that you can do things like Facebook ads or even Google AdWords, because during the school year, you guys might be overwhelmed and you just don't have time to kind of, quote, figure this all out and how to do Facebook ads or how to do Google AdWords. The summer is an excellent time to kind of figure all that stuff out so that whenever school does start again, that you're rocking and ready for that. Summer is a great time to gear up and to learn all of these things and to do some massive marketing when you have time so that you are just overflowing in that August to September timeframe when school starts. I love this slide. Customers are like teeth. If you ignore them, they will all go away. I hope some of you guys are laughing whenever Candace, my marketing person, did this slide. I literally laughed out loud because I never thought about it, but you seriously need to stay in front of your clients. Reward your loyal clients. We write personal thank you notes quite a bit to our clients. That little extra touch of thank you for being our client. We know that you have choices, and we love that you continue to choose us time after time. Take really good care of your clients all year around, so they pretty much cannot live without you, but don't forget to leave them little presents, little gifts. A lot of chefs ask me, well, what do you do for client gifts? Well, we give our clients gifts every other service, and we do cool exotic fruit. We will do things like baby kiwis that are about the size of a grape. We find cool, like I said, cool fruits. We put them in a neat basket. We do popsicles. We do flowers. We do fresh lemonade. We do all kinds of things during the summer. Just simple ways to appreciate our clients. We've talked about offering a discount to your clients. Now, this is not one of my favorite ones, but you really have to know your target market But what we like to do is offer a coupon to our current clients that are using us during the summer so that they can then give that to a friend or a family member as a gift from them, but it also makes us look good in order to try our services. And guys, don't go crazy on this. It doesn't have to look perfect. You can use a simple free website called Canva, C-A-N as in Nancy, V as in Victory, A.com, canva.com. It's either .com or .net. I don't remember which one. Try it. But it's a free graphics website that you can create all kinds of marketing material, and it looks phenomenal. Another client gift is make their favorite dessert or snack. We're kind of known for a brownie that we do called Godiva chocolate liqueur brownies. Super simple. Clients love it. But they love cupcakes as well, or even their favorite dessert. Don't forget about that as well. Favorite bottle of wine, if you can afford it. Some of my clients, there's no way I can afford their favorite bottle of wine. But you guys kind of get the idea. And since this, for a lot of you guys, this is downtime for you, I want you guys to think, I want you kind of to shift your focus of you guys are going all school year long or the rest of the year, that it is actually okay to have a little bit of downtime if you choose during the summer. Because you can see the slide, when the storm comes, a business built on a solid rock will stand. Take the summertime to look at your business. Take a step back. Are you making the money that you want? Is your website where it needs to be? Do you need to make some changes to your website? Do you need to sit down with the marketing calendar that I gave you and really map out the entire year and what you're going to promote and when based upon the marketing calendar? Have you been neglecting starting a blog? If Nikki Cruz is on the call, who is an excellent culinary writer and does many chefs' blogs and culinary writing for them and even website copy, she will appreciate me saying that. But summer's a great time to start a blog. Summer's a great time to do SEO on your website. All those little things that you couldn't get done during the school year that's going to make a big difference over the summer whenever the school year starts. Maybe you wanted to start a new program or a new offering and you just haven't had time to think through it. But the other thing about summer too is, you know what? There's nothing wrong with taking a vacation. Take a vacation during summer. When you get away and you relax, that is the only time that you're going to get new energy into your business. You're going to be able to think clearer and have new thought process come in. When you guys grip the steering wheel as hard as many of you guys do all school year long, when summer comes, just the simple fact of letting go does wonders for your business. Because I know some of you guys on the call, and you get some of your best ideas, I bet, whenever you're completely quiet. I know when I'm in the shower and I'm not thinking about anything, that I get these huge influx of ideas. And I actually keep a pad and paper right in my bathroom for that very thing. So, instead of go during the summer, some of the times the best things you can do for your business is just to stop and relax and not think about your business. If you don't have a marketing plan, which I talked about before, just now, maybe some of you guys don't have a business plan. Now's a great time to write it, to get some strategy and some strong foundation around your business. We talked about improving your website. Get some time with that website person and really tell them the changes you want to make. Refresh your website. Breathe new life into your business so that, and then you can really send that out that you've made changes to your website and look how great it looks. And here's your new services and offerings so clients can really be excited about what's happening in your business. Do a complete brand refresh. I did that about a year ago. I completely refreshed Savor, and it brought me a ton of clients. Maybe your logo is a little outdated. Maybe you don't have the same headshot across all of your social media and what's on your website. Maybe you need new headshots. Maybe you need to replace some of the pictures that don't quite represent you well with some really great stock photos. Maybe this is the time that you hire a food photographer. Maybe you've needed to change your name for a very long time to get in alignment with the type of chef you are and just really haven't done that yet. So think about refreshing your brand. Review your pricing. Has it been a long time since you've raised prices? And it's usually that little nagging thing in the back of your head when you know that you've needed to raise them for a very long time and you're not as competitive as you need to be anymore. Now's a great time when your clients are coming back from the summer to say you've changed some of your business practices and you're growing your business and it's time to raise prices just a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. That's a time when this normally happens. And I know that scares the you know what out of many of you guys, and that is certainly not my intent. But owning your own business means you have to be really comfortable with being uncomfortable. And if you know you are not making the money that you deserve for the service that you provide, you need to take a look at your pricing. For some of you guys, this scares you to death, I know, but booking speaking gigs during the summer is an awesome way to market your business. For those of you guys that do like to do public speaking, because there are so many people out of town, a lot of times different networking groups, the right networking groups where you know your target market is looking for speakers. This summer, I am actually speaking. I'm doing 4 different keynotes for 4 different chef associations, one of which is the Culinary Federation of America, so which I'm super proud about. And speaking is a great way to grow your business. Again, we've talked about building new products and services. Whiteboard this stuff out and find out if it's something you really want to do. Put pencil to paper. Pros, cons, ask friends, gather a mastermind group together, family, whatever you need to do. This is a great time to build those new products and some services. But the other thing is really evaluate the services that you currently have. It doesn't matter if you love them. Are people buying them? Some of you guys are saying, well, I really haven't marketed it. Well, maybe it's not as good as it could be. Stop the self-talk and really ask yourself, are people buying this service? It is a simple yes or no question. If the answer is no, get rid of it. You are spending mental energy as well as money on a service that no one is buying. Not only will you feel better about it, but it will also increase your other services as well because you're breathing new energy into those other services. This is a great time to plan for the year ahead if it is slow for you. Set your goals, do your planning, all the stuff that we talked about with the new services, your website, possibly rebranding or doing a refresh. Put pencil to paper, spend some time alone, and really plan out your business for the next year. And it doesn't have to be hard. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I know several chefs come to me whenever I work with them and say, can you give me a business plan? No, I can help you to look at your business to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And then all I want you to do is write your goals down, things you would like to accomplish for the next year, what you're getting rid of this coming year. This doesn't have to be hard. There is no wrong or right way to do this. And I love this slide. Relish the downtime and invest in you. We talked about taking some time to reflect and relax and letting new energy come into your business, new ideas come into your business as well. Invest in you. Take a vacation. Get a massage. Because you have got to do this in order to be ready for what's coming around the corner. It's part of your strong foundation. Okay, guys. What we're going to talk about now is I know that some of you guys have been wondering how to take this a little bit further. Everything that we talked about, from the marketing to the products that we develop to a lot of the coaching that we've done, we actually created something not long ago called eChef Club. It is a very small investment. You can cancel it at any time that you want to. Let me repeat that. You can cancel eChef Club if this is something that you're interested in, and I'm going to go into the details about this. This is a $49 a month investment. That is all it is. It is normally $69 a month, but it's $49. And we've got some really great offers because you guys showed up to the call today. Not only do we have a monthly happy hour that's a Q&A call. Now, that is not just with you guys anymore, the people that sign up for eChef Club. You also get the expertise of the people in MasterChef and in Private Chef, my other two programs, as well as a new program that I've started called Executive Chef. So you're going to have multiple chefs on an open Q&A call once a month. You can ask any question that you want, and you can learn from other chefs as well. We also bring in experts once a month to people that are in the culinary field. We interview them. Sometimes they're not in the culinary field, actually. Sometimes they're other successful business owners, but we bring those in once a month in a live Q&A format so that we can learn about their businesses, what they wish they would have known, and what some of their best marketing secrets. And don't worry, guys, the two calls that I'm talking about, the monthly Q&A call and the expert call, both of those are recorded. If you cannot show up for those calls, it is no big deal. We send those recordings out to you. So many chefs have gotten upset because they couldn't make the phone calls. And I've always reminded them they're recorded. And then they always leave their phone numbers too. A lot of these experts do, so you can follow back up with them. But you can listen to the Q&A calls over and over again. A lot of times on those calls that we share our resources. Do you need a contract for something? Do you need a food questionnaire? Maybe yours needs to be updated and you want to see everybody else's. Do you need an agreement for a commercial kitchen? Do you need a confidentiality agreement for possibly a new chef that you're hiring or a server? We share all of those resources. We share best websites to go to. You really have the ability to network with other chefs in the culinary industry. So, you will be part of a private, closed Facebook forum. There is so much information that gets passed on there. You can ask questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you don't have to feel alone anymore in your business. The other cool things that people like about this is you get business tips every day into your inbox. This is not a couple of sentences long. These are paragraphs long with worksheets as well that really help to grow your business. The other thing that we created was access to our menu co-op. It says recipe co-op on the screen, but it is actually a menu co-op. So the chefs in all of my coaching programs will go there and put their weekly menus, their catering menus, all their different menus so that you guys can really have a better idea, because all of us as chefs really get stuck because we have a tendency to prepare the same thing over and over again, and we really get tired of preparing the same green beans over and over again. So you really get to pull to those other chefs. Like I said, all of your calls are recorded, so you do not have to worry about missing a thing on any of these calls. If this is something that you guys are interested in, if this speaks to you, in the chat section, there is the link to sign up for eChef Club. Again, on this call, it is $49 a month, but here's the cool thing about it. If you guys sign up on this call, not only do you get all of those things that I talked about, but you also get a 30-minute strategy session with me. So we're going to go over your entire business, and we're going to put some plans in place and some goals in place, and we're going to fill the holes in your business as well. So that goes along with it. There's some other bonuses I'm going to let you guys know about also. But again, the in your chat section is the link. If this is something that you're interested in, all you have to do is click on that link, and we'll get you all signed up. On your screen right now is just a small snippet of the daily eChef tips that you get as a result of being in eChef Club. Again, you're going to get one of these every day. They are much longer than this. I want to be clear about that. But this is kind of what they look like, so you can see kind of what's part of the program. The Facebook group I talked about as well. You get access to network with seasoned chefs across the country as well as Canada. And the cool thing about this particular Facebook group that's part of eChef Club is that you won't see questions dealing with startup businesses. This is a group specifically for seasoned chefs and the problems that they have and the questions that they want to ask. I know that on some of the other Facebook groups that we're all a part of, the questions range from where do I buy my containers to I'm looking for my first client to I'm thinking about being a personal chef. And those questions don't occur on here so that you can really get down to business. eChef Club was designed to help accelerate your growth. Constant information, constant tips, so you absolutely don't have to feel alone anymore. We talked about some of the expert interviews of people in our field, and you can see some of those people there. Larry Lynch, owner and president of the USPCA, has given us some great tips on when we interviewed him. He owns multiple businesses. We have Monica Thomas, which so many of you guys know. And then we also bring chefs in from, other parts of the country as well. You can see Lori Gutstein, you can see Samantha, all kinds of different ways to grow your business, different takes on business, so you can really learn from them and not make the same mistakes. Again, guys, $49 a month, not $69 a month, like it says on the website exclusive to this call. So seriously, the choice is yours. You can do nothing and keep running your business just like it is, and you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. You can step out of your comfort zone and invest in a program just like this, or you can take the time and the money and you can do all the research yourself. And like I said before, believe me, I've done the research, I've lost the money, and I've made the money. You don't have to worry about that. Investing in a program that is designed specifically for chefs just like you who want to grow a profitable food business. And again, you can stop spinning in circles. You can get the answers you need. You don't have to feel alone anymore. Some of the chefs that have been in the program and basically what they've said about it is that, I'm not going to read this word for word, but some of these chefs have really doubled and tripled their income in a very, very short period of time. Chef Diana Kramer was one of the first people that was ever in any of my coaching programs. And her big thing says that, and I know I'm not alone anymore. And that's kind of what we all needed to hear. She was literally buried in her business. And man, her business is just rocking right now. Chef Madeline started in my program, and she has up-leveled her business and her branding and doing quite well. As you can tell, chefs from all over the country. So again, guys, the link is on the right, and for limited time only, you can get this for $49 a month. All the calls are recorded, and you can cancel at any time, just like I mentioned before. I hope you guys will certainly join this because I can't wait to talk to you guys about your businesses. As a result of signing up today, there is a bonus, and hopefully you guys will sign up while you're on the call because you can only get these bonuses if you sign up while we're on the call. Not only do you get the eChef Club but you also get my business success toolkit. This was something that I created that I could not run my business without. And it's all some of my best resources. So there's my business success toolkit. You also get a guide on how to get instant clients. It is a webinar that I did in the past on how to get instant clients. That was one of my most popular webinars, and it is certainly a guide to that. That's worth a ton of money on its own. It's going to give you a blueprint and strategies that you can listen to over and over again anytime you need help getting more clients. We're going to give you the editorial calendar, which we talked about before. So that's actually your third bonus as a result of signing up today, which again, the link is on your right-hand side. And most people are really interested in my food questionnaire. I send this out over and over and over again. This is my food questionnaire that it is done so thoroughly that my clients don't even have to pick from a list. I literally send them their menu based upon the food questionnaire that they fill out, and 99% of the time they don't change a thing. I don't have my clients pick and choose from a menu because the food questionnaire is so thorough and it saves everyone time. When I went to that particular philosophy, not only did it save my clients time, but it also saved me time as well. So like I said, there is a fast acting bonus for those of you guys on the call of a 30-minute strategy session with me. That's a $125 value. Seriously, this will change the course of your business. Just doing this one strategy session, it will certainly get you moving forward in the right direction. You will receive so many ahas and resources that you had no idea. So with eChef Club today, you get all 5 of those bonuses. Plus you get it for $49 a month. All the calls are recorded. And again, you can cancel at any time. I want to say thank you guys so much for being on the call today. What we are about to do is we are going to answer a few questions people have asked that I see in the question section. Again, if you have questions, please make sure you put it in the question sections in the little box that opened up on your screen. And again, you can sign up for eChef Club and get all of those fast acting bonuses for the next few minutes when we're on the call. And then we're also going to keep that open for about the next 15 minutes after this call as well. Again, check in the chat section so that you guys, the link is right there for you guys as well. If you don't see it, let us know that you don't see it, and we will certainly get that taken care of for you. So we have several people on the call and thanking us for doing the webinar today. And then we have a call we have actually a question, or it looks like a comment from Kathy. Kathy, thank you for being on the call. And it says, I have done add-on customized snacks, dips for kids, and yes, popsicles. Kids love them, and you can also do an adult version with more sophisticated flavors. I never thought about adult version of popsicles, but if Chef Sandra Jones is on the call from Dallas, Sandra is absolutely extraordinary at developing different jams, jellies, and teaching canning classes. And she does adult versions of many different things. And I think that this would probably be a great idea for her, for especially some of that summer produce and fruits that are coming out right now. I love the idea about the customized snacks. I actually never thought about that. That is an add-on that we actually do to our regular personal chef clients, because after they request for us to do their dinners and some lunches, then we will also upsell them into how about some snacks that you can take to lunch with you for after kids snacks. And probably I'd say about 50% of our clients have added on snacks to their regular service. Dips for kids are great. We use that as part of snacks. We do a lot of hummuses. We do a lot of yogurt dips. We do all of those things, but I really love the adult version of the popsicles. That would actually be very cool as part of catering as well, if to add those on or even to leave them as a client gift. And somebody on the call was telling us that Canva, which I mentioned earlier, is actually a .com. So Chef Walda, thank you so much for letting us know that. And I just kind of log in and don't ever pay attention to it. There is another question here about how do we price some of these services. Let's talk about kind of the grill pack first that we did. Again, if we are just adding on 2 or 3 marinated meats, then we're going to call it a family of 4, then most of the time I will add on an additional, usually about a $75 or so to the chef fee, plus the cost of groceries, because that handles getting the marinades together and all of those other things. As far as like a fresh fruit service, usually that's an additional $25 to $50 chef fee add-on. And again, these prices are for where I live. I live in Fort Worth, Texas. The cost of housing here, an average family home, you're going to see is probably around $175,000 to $200,000. So if you live in an area where the cost of housing is more, then you need to adjust your prices accordingly to make sure that you stay competitive with all of that. So let me see. Let's look for more questions. Again, you guys, make sure if you have a question about anything, even if it's general business and not necessarily anything we've talked about on this webinar, please feel free to put your questions in that box. The other thing that that someone had asked a question about is what's the best way to, whenever you have so much to do and not enough time to do it in, how do you get it all done? Well, it's pretty simple. Usually I call it the one thing. There is usually one thing that if you will get that done, everything else will fall into place. So maybe you need to really bump up your marketing efforts and you need to develop landing pages for certain offerings. Maybe you need to develop a new brochure. Maybe you need, and then you also need to update your website and you need to refresh your logo. Well, if you really think about that, really what you need to do first so that those marketing pieces look really good is you need to refresh your logo, which means then you need to update your website so that you look good whenever you hand out those marketing pieces. So that's kind of an example of what I was talking about, that there's usually one thing that if you will do that one thing, everything else will fall into place. And honestly, maybe that one thing is that you need to go away by yourself and figure out what that one thing is you need to do. Maybe you need to get a babysitter for the kids for a couple of hours so you can think, and then all of it will make sense. Maybe that one thing is you need to take a vacation or go get a massage. So I am not seeing any more questions. I want to thank you guys for being on the call today. Again, I want to remind you guys that in the chat section is the link to eChef Club and all the bonuses that you will receive as a result of signing up today. We are going to keep it up. We're going to keep this offer up for about another 15 minutes after the call ends. You guys are welcome to contact us with any questions that you have. My office phone number is 817-277-3031. Happy to answer questions for you guys. And I want to thank you guys again for being on the webinar today and especially taking the time out of your busy day for to be on the webinar. You guys have a great evening, and let us know if we can answer any questions for you.